Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Shivkumar, and in today's video I want to basically try to get the MATLAB protocol working on the Nordic Semi using both the NRF7002DK and the NRF5340. So what I have over here is a brand new NRF7002DK that I've not opened. This is the NRF7002DK, this is the Wi-Fi module. And this is the NRF5340. It's basically still the NRF7002 development kit, and this is the NRF5340. I will be connecting this into my Linux laptop, which I have just converted from a Windows PC to a full Linux machine right now, and I will be running this on my Linux machine. Okay, so let's see if I can program the chip protocol. So I'm just going to clean up all of this thing over here. So the first things first, when we do the NRF, when we want to create the MATLAB protocol, so what exactly is this MATLAB protocol? The MATLAB protocol is, just to give a basic overview of what the MATLAB protocol is, it's this particular way of utilizing, and it was first introduced by Chip, or rather Chip is, I think, called some home IP. The HI, it's H stands for home and IP is internet protocol, and connected home internet protocol was the original abbreviation, and then now it's called the connected home IP. And it's basically this idea of utilizing or connecting different systems using different hardware wireless technologies. So you could have Bluetooth, you could have Wi-Fi, you could have Thread, you could have Ethernet, and they would all still be able to communicate with each other, and you could control each device accordingly. And that's why the MATLAB protocol seems to be like the more advanced version of things that were evolved from, say, from Zigbee or from just Thread alone, to creating a more unified way of making different unique devices or edge devices communicate in one way. Now, to get it started is not, I don't necessarily think it's very straightforward, unfortunately, but we'll try our best to get it working. Now, Nordic Semi has been giving or allowing, at least in their application, they've allowed or given a lot of examples of, I won't say a lot, but a few examples on how to get started. So that's what we're going to do right now. So in a nutshell, when I have, like, say, 3 devices, this could be, like, say, a weather station in your home. That one could be another device might be, a switch that you want to control, or a light bulb you want to control, and then you want, one device could be the switch itself, one device could be a light bulb. So when I press this, and they're all wireless technology. So the whole idea is you can make different configurations, and you want them all to be connected over, say, one system like the Linux, your Linux box. So let's have an overview of what's happening in, and basically let's try to get everything connected. So in here, what we need to do is, if I just put your so in a nutshell, this is what the high-level overview diagram looks like. You have, this is all red, which basically means you could have a Wi-Fi system, and here you could have a thread system, and they could all communicate with each other. Now, the thread system and the Wi-Fi system would have to basically have something called the thread border router, and the thread border router will be able to communicate with all the thread devices, and the thread border router will be connecting to a Wi-Fi access point. The Wi-Fi access point will then connect to another Wi-Fi access point, where this access point can now connect with and talk to all those things that are connected through Wi-Fi. So this is how you can connect, 2 different types of protocols, whether it's Thread or Bluetooth or whatever be it, and Wi-Fi, using, a more central system to do this. And it also has other great redundancy effects. For example, if one of them fails, then another one can switch to become a central system, and it's got a lot of these backup ways of making sure that the whole system doesn't fail, because there's no central or one point of failure basically. And then so its Matter is this application that's running over TCP or UDP, and it's mostly running on an IPv6 internet protocol. And this IPv6 could be either through thread, could be Bluetooth, cellular, Wi-Fi, Ethernet, or any other new protocols that that are out there. And they basically say you can use the 5240, 5340, and 7002DK. So we have these two development kits. The DK means development kits, and let's get this working right now. So in a nutshell, what we have is a sample over here where you have a thread border router. I'm not using thread border router yet. You have a Wi-Fi access point, and then they can communicate with each other. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to install the chip home IP thing. So that's what we want to do. So it's called the chip connected home Matter. You can just do this Matter chip controller. That is correct. And working with the chip controller, I will just basically get this right now. So this is the working with the chip tool. This is the Matter. This is the source files. So what I have done, I'm just going to give you an example. So in my software, I will go to the, do I have it in here? Yeah, so I have it, something called as connected home IP, because that's what it's called right now. And the connected home IP will have all of these tools, and if you follow the rules and everything related over here, you'll be able to build the binary. Now it will take a little while to build everything. But once you build it, you should be able to then run it. And for example, now when I click the chip tool, well, after building it, as soon as you press enter, it will tell you how you can control different systems and all these different peripherals, and how you can basically make this whole system work. And they're giving us some examples for us to basically work around with. So what I have over here is I've just basically on the right have some commands. So let's get started. Let's connect these boards. All right, so I'm just going to connect these boards. Before I do that, I just want to talk about a little bit about the software that is there over there in the system. So what we have, if you want to basically get these working, in a nutshell, what you do is go to the install the Visual Studio Code based thing, go to browse samples, and in here I can just click Matter, because these are all examples of what Nordic sub provides. And in here you can choose the light bulb Matter, light bulb or light switch, weather station, and window covering. So we're going to use the light bulb, and I've already installed it over here. And for the light bulb, I have two builds, and I'm going to show you shortly what those two builds are. And the two builds are, one is build, basically if I go over here and click edit build configuration, one build is for the NRF5340. This is the NRF5340, and the other build over here, which is this build, I have it for the 7002DK. So basically the same software, but I'm building it for two different hardwares. So it's going to pick up different device trees and different certain aspects. I've already compiled for both. So if I basically choose the build, and I've already downloaded into two. So for example, when I basically do this, I'm going to connect both. I'm just going to basically plug this in first. I'm going to take my USB and plug this in, and turn it on, and now it's turned on. I'm just going to basically turn this on, and now that it's turned on, what I'm going to do is connect this device to the 5340, and we'll also open the new one shortly, just to make sure everything works. And what I'm going to do, this is for the 5340, I'm going to reset the pin, and it's going to show me what all is running right now. Okay, I'm going to close this because this has been it's been on for a little while. Let me just open this new. So I'm going to go to serial terminal and click open. I'm going to open one and I'm going to open the second one too. I'm going to go to select device, use the NRF5340. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click the 7002K. Again, now I'm going to press the reset button. And boom. So this is for the NRF5340. And after we did this, it says NF tag emulator chip, and it's got the Bluetooth starting. Everything is started. And that's and it also gives us different parameters. For example, it basically gives us all of this information. This is the device information, this is your serial number, the vendor ID. Of course, it's part of the code that we've already downloaded. I'm going to now connect to 7002DK and let's get started. So I'm just going to press the reset button over here. And the same thing spits out. And they're very similar because they're running the same code. And you can basically see that they're all working. So now let's go to the chip tool. And in the chip tool, they'll basically tell you how you want to pair. And I want to pair over Wi-Fi. So I'm going to use the BLE Wi-Fi. And I'm not particularly, so what I have over here, I know I'm sharing my Wi-Fi password, but I don't think it really matters. So what I have is chip tool pairing BLE Wi-Fi. This is the node. This is the username of my Wi-Fi. This is the password of my Wi-Fi access point. This is, if you look over here, is basically a discriminator. There's the pin code and discriminator, and both of that information is over here. There's the pin code, which is 2020021, and the discriminator is 3840. So let's have a look. When I take this code, and I'm just going to copy it over here, and I'm going to basically just clear my screen and paste it running this, and now let's press enter. And this is connecting to the BLE. It's connecting it's connecting to the BLE, but it's connecting to the 5340. And to have a look what we have over here, actually, you know what, I am going to, this is in Windows number 5. So I'm going to take this and go to window number 5. Okay. And let's go to window number 5. Perfect. And I'm just going to basically close this. And yeah. I wanted the other way around. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So this is the NRF7002 and this is the NRF. I can even move this guy over here. Perfect. So let's clear this console, and then as soon as I basically get the chip tool, so it's coming from my laptop basically, and it's connecting to this over here. So when I press enter, and then we'll see what's happening. You can see it says established, and now it's basically printing something off. It's not connecting to the 7002DK, and I don't know why, but we'll find out. So what I will do right now is connect a different software into this. I'm going to take the light switch example. So one has got the light bulb. I'm going to take the light switch example, and I'm going to build this. So I'm going to make sure that this is the light switch and this is the light bulb. So they're two different code. I think because they're having the same code, they're now working together. At least that's my understanding. But let's have a look. So I'm going to take the light switch, and in this build, this is for the NRF5340, and I believe it's already done. Let's just build this again. Why is this causing issues? Okay, I'm just going to click use system build and let's click build configuration. And in here, when I go here, when I go to the light switch and click boards, yeah, we have this. Okay, so the build that I have has got some kind of an issue over here, because when I click on the light bulb build, I'm just gonna click edit build configuration in here. and here this is, yeah, this should not be the NRF5340. This should be the NRF. Yeah, and this, I don't think I need this. Yeah, I'm just gonna, close these. Remove the configuration. I don't think this is right. Well, this is well. Okay. So in here, I'm gonna create a new one, and in here, I'm gonna make sure this is the NRF5340, and now build. In the meanwhile, while it's building, I just wanted to show that, when we basically connected and this is the Matter controller, which is running on my Linux machine. When I got the Matter controller working, and this is running on this board, this is on this board, the 7002K. So on this board, as soon as I got the Matter controller working, come on. As soon as I got the Matter, why is this? Okay. Okay. I'm just going to, yeah, this is where it gets a little annoying. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, so if I just take this command and put this in here, press enter, and then you basically see it, working on generating all of this. Basically the controller is able to communicate with this accessory. All right, it's still building. Another thing I also want to basically talk about over here is that if you really see that these both are running the light bulb LED, if I press this, it turns on and it turns off. So I can also press this button. Same thing over here. I turn on and I turn on. And that's not the most exciting part, but what I want to show you is that when I did this, when I press the button, I'm just gonna make sure that this is slightly bigger so that we can all see this. Just give me 30 seconds. Okay, cool. So in here, what happens is when I press this button, the LED will come on, but when it does come on, I'm just gonna click, oh yeah, when it comes on, it's able to, so for example, when I click on, it basically says it's on, and now when I press off, it presses it's off. Same thing over here, when I press on this button over here, it turns on and then it turns off. On, you can see the LED is showing over here, and then it's off. So, it's basically communicating the value of the current status, broadcasting it back to the chip system. So it's not just, on and off. It's doing all this communication while we do the on and off as well. So that's what's cool about this. Okay, and now once it's built, which is still building, it's taking its time. Because I am trying to make sure that the 7002K2 also works. So, and I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I go over here, All right, yeah, so I believe it's almost done. Yeah, and in the meanwhile, let's look at all the different types of chip protocols. So you can try the chip pairing code. So if I just type chip pairing code in here, so I'm just to put chip pairing, it shows the different ways in which you can pair different accessories into the system. You can use code passcode, code Wi-Fi, thread, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and thread. So I'm trying to use the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi because they need to first communicate with each other using Bluetooth and then eventually with Wi-Fi. At least that's what I'm trying to do. I'm able to connect with 5340 development kit, but this does not have Wi-Fi. This has Wi-Fi, but I'm not able to communicate with this. So that's something that I need to figure out why. Maybe if I change the node, I don't know. If anybody knows the answer, let me know. I don't know. Maybe if I change the node to 2, it might work. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. I'm just gonna close this. Alright, so now this is almost done. Okay, cool. And now let's flash this. Oh, this is flashing to the wrong board. It should have asked. Somehow. Yep, this is connected. I believe it is flashing right now to this board. I might have mistaken the light switch and the light bulb. Alright, now what is this doing? Building the size. Let me just clear console and let's just reset and see what happens. Okay, cannot load binding table. Extended commissionable node. Using thread extension Mac for hostname, failed to remove advertising services, updating service. Okay, yeah, so something is off. Yeah, I believe what I need. Okay, this is what I need to do. I need to basically remove this light bulb build. This needs to go to the 5340. NRF 5340 user build system by default. Okay, and here I need to refresh because I do know the 5340 is connected. Yeah, and there it shows the 5340. Okay, this is where I need to basically. Okay, so this is where it gets a little annoying basically. But we'll try to make all of this work. So that's the reason why it's giving an error over here. because I've technically written the wrong code, or we downloaded the wrong code to the wrong, or downloaded the right code but to the wrong board. This is 700DK, but we basically compiled it for the 5340. So all the the pin numbers and then all those things might not work as right, not correctly. So let's do this again. And in the meanwhile, I will also try to open this box, unbox the NRF7002DK, the new one. So let's do that right now. This is what we have. I'm just gonna open this. Alright, now that I have this board, I'm just going to basically and this is the other board. And here we have it. 3 boards. So 2 7002DKs. Let's put this over here. So we have 2 7002DKs. This is the new one, slightly older one that I had, and we're gonna make all of this work. All right, so let me just get a cable because I need I'm just gonna connected this to this laptop over here. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. All right, perfect. And here we go, and then this should be and now when I turn this on, woohoo, so now there's a default code running on here. So now we have three of them. So let's get started. So what I'm gonna do is go to my board and then click okay. All right, okay, so this I think is working, and now I can just basically click flash, and I'm just gonna flash this into, I'm just gonna turn this on, yeah, and this should be flashing into this one as I can show you in here. It's flashing in here. Alright, so now that once it flashes, we'll have the light switch in one and 2 light bulbs. And now that I'm gonna take this light bulb, this is the light bulb. Let's look at what this configuration is. This is the 7002DK, so I'm gonna take the build one of this once this is done. Okay, let's find out. So let's see whether I've broken anything in here. gonna click clear console and then just go and do this. Yeah, okay, so now it's technically failing. Okay. I'm just pressing the buttons. Yeah, as you can see, it's like saying button has been pressed. Keep it in the state for at least 500 seconds to color and change the light. Binded light points, yeah. So yeah, you can see like each time I press the button, it's software update is disabled. PLE advertising is already enabled. Yeah, so this one. Yep, okay, it's connected. Cool. Okay, so it's connected to this guy. This is the 5340. And it's given us some information over here. Endpoint, cluster ID, command ID, and all the cool stuff. Okay. And okay, so let's take this as node 1. And this is build 1. I am going to click flash. Oh god, I'm flashing to the wrong one. Crap. Actually, I'm flashing to the right one. That is flashing this guy. I don't know how did it. Where is it doing? This is flashing the 11050 779671. So that's flashing this guy. And then I want to flash the next one. So in the meanwhile, when I do this, yep, it started. And when I press this button, it should basically turn on and turn off, turn on and turn off. Okay. I'm going to even do this then. And now I'm going to basically this one flashed with the NRF761, and then I want to basically do this and then flash to .40068. Let's see. I'm just gonna create a new build configuration. NRF5340, NRF7002DK. It should not do that though. I should be able to directly flash. Oh yeah, there we go. And I just put the 40068. And we'll see if it's flashing. Yeah, it's building first. Well, we'll see if this works. Okay. Yeah, it's taking a little while. So that's the one thing with the Matter protocol. It's not very intuitive making all of this work, and because the more resilient you want the system to be, it's not going to be particularly straightforward. So there's that little level of initial complexity overhead that's required to really understand what's happening between the Matter controller, the Matter accessories, the thread border router if you're going that way, using and then how to basically make different parts of the communication system and mechanics work. That's where it's a little, there's some form of learning curve. It's not that easy, straightforward. Then you need to know how to use your Linux machine, and then you gotta compile. So there's a lot of bottlenecks from allowing, just someone, who just wants to play around, has never worked on a Linux machine, and then getting all of this to work can be slightly a little intimidating. But you never know. Some people enjoy this stuff. Yeah, so let's try, doing this with node 2. If this works. Okay, so it's connecting again to this guy, and even though this is node 2. And if I do this with node 3, clear this, and then we'll see what's happening. Yeah, it's still working on the same Bluetooth. All right. Yeah. I don't think I know how to run any commands like pairing code. Because there is even something like if I go over here and just click, Control F on off. This has 3 and just put this as 0. So it says on off toggle node ID endpoint. Oh, no wonder. Oh, okay. And updating servers using commission mode 3 remove, failed to remove advertising service 3 thread max extended Mac. Okay, I don't know what that did. Let's try again. Not sure. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in here. Because all I gotta do is just basically click flash and then go to next issue is go over here. Taking a little longer than expected. Oh. Oh god, what's going on in here? No. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna delete this. I don't know what's going on in here. Yeah, if this is the same as this. I don't don't want it to be there. Yeah, so basically I am struggling to get this working. I'm gonna look more into this. Is yeah, this is working, but it's not able to truly work, I guess. Yeah, it says PLE is already enabled. I don't know. Let's put this as 5. Ooh. That somehow did something. I don't know what it did. PLE scanner. So, okay. So if I just do this, turn this to 5, clear console, and then just do this. Yeah, it's not working. Maybe like yeah. Yeah, see, it's doing something like it's doing that, but let's look at what this error is. Yeah, there's a lot of troubleshooting going on, getting these 3 boards working, and until next time, thank you.